Hello Jane, how you doing? This is your exercise video. We're going to have a quick go at some exercises that we've been through. You've done them several times with me now. Some props that we're going to need, it's a bit like Blue Peter. So either 2 cans or a couple of weights. You've got my weights with you for the moment, so you can practice with the little pink ones. These are 2 kilos, which is the same as the 2 blue ones that I left there as well. So they are a bit heavier. Have a little feel, see how you feel. You also need your band. This is slightly different from the band you've got. Don't panic, it doesn't matter. We're going to use it in exactly the same way we use your band. And then we've also got, ta-da, the roller. So you're going to use your roller as well. So we're going to do a little warm-up. It's a little précis of all the stuff that we've done together so far. So it's not quite as full on. It shouldn't take you an hour, but we'll do a warm-up and then we'll go through some leg stuff, some arm stuff, some upper body, some core, and a bit of stretching. Okay, so the first thing to do, stand with your feet underneath your hips. So you're standing with your feet in that lovely tramline position, nice and straight. You kind of pull in the core muscle, contract the bottom a little bit, keep the knees nice and soft, and then we're just going to roll the shoulders. I'm going to run this through with you, so what you can do, my lovely, is pause anytime you need to. So you pause the video, because I won't be doing sort of 20 or however many you're going to do. I just want to show you what I want you to do, and then we move on. So you can pause it anytime you need to. Okay, so you can do as many or as few as you feel you have the time or the energy for. Alright, so we just do a few shoulder rolls. And then all I want you to do is just nice, long, slow breaths. Take your right leg behind you and then come up with the right hand and lean over and have a stretch like this. And then you just roll forward. So you can stay in that stretch for as long as you want to. You can do it 2 or 3 times if you want to. It just depends on how you're feeling. And then you come back this way. Take this arm up. So now it's the left side. And we just come over, really pushing our hip that way. And just take that stretch. And then come forward for me. Well done, nice and gently. Now, normally I do lunge walking, but we don't do that because there isn't enough space to move about in your little area upstairs, so that's fine. So we're just going to do a little long lunge statically. So we stand this way, we take 1 foot back, and we drop down into that lunge, tip the hip, and then lean backwards for me. And you just hold it here, just hold your stretch. You should get it in that back leg, you feel the stretch coming all the way up that back leg, and then we step in, and we swap sides the other way. So just making sure that your feet track nicely, that your heel is in the centre and not popping outwards. They have a tendency to pop to the side towards your body, and just lean back so you get that stretch happening here for me. Good. And then come in. And then you're going to take your band, you're going to tie it once, then twice around your ankles. Your feet are just outside hips, and then we just step sideways like so. So you're just stepping sideways, and you're going to do that. You're going to time yourself either to a count of 30 or for about 30 seconds. And you're just going to keep doing that really until you feel the burn starting to happen in your hip joint. So we're starting to get into those small muscles inside the glutes. We're really trying to get that happening. Good, well done. Undo the bands, kick them off. And then we start with our squats. Now you can do this with a weight, absolutely. So you could have 1 heavier weight or 2 little weights or no weight at all. It's entirely up to you. We've done it thus far without weight, but as we build you up we will start to add weight. So I'm going to take one so you can see what it looks like, and you can make that choice. You either hold it up here or you have it down here, but either way pull the shoulders back and down. Take the feet a little bit wider, so stand in front of your chair just to give you some sort of direct sense of direction of where you're going. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I want you to do with my bottom. So what we're doing is we're sitting down and then we're standing up. So we sit nice and deep and then we stand up. We sit nice and deep and then we stand up. And you're going to repeat that. You can see I pop my hips forward. We sit down as deep as you can and you pop up. Okay? The other option, if you don't want to use a weight, is that you can use your pole and just use it for a little bit of balance and just sit down and stand up, but you might need to come a little bit wider to allow you to come a little bit deeper. Okay, then using the pole for balance again, should you want to, you have it on the side of the leg that's going back. Bear with me a second. All right. The leg that's going back, we take that leg back in a long lunge like so, and then we just drop down and we push up. So this hand is nice and light. It doesn't have to be on the roller, but it can help. This hand can hold on to a weight to make it a little bit heavier, just to make it a little bit harder. Now, people tend to lean forward. I want you to sit right back on this joint. Sit down and push up. Sit down and push up. And we make sure that our heel stays turning out slightly away from the body so that we don't turn it inwards and make it harder for ourselves. That's it. So we do 10 to 15 on one side, then we step in, we swap everything around, we take this leg back, and we do 10 to 15 on this side, like so. That's it, good, well done. And then you step in. So how to keep your body nice and upright? You have your eye line slightly higher. So if you're watching this on a little iPad, maybe put it up a little bit higher so you're not looking down. So you keep the eye line up nice and high. And you just do as many of those as you feel you can bear. We can always come back and do a loop. So you can always do the routine twice if you have the time and if you feel that your legs could do with a little bit more. Now bicep curls, we've done them with the band, so I'm going to show you with the band. So with your band, it's not a loop like mine is. Your band is single. So you put one foot underneath. You hold the two ends of the band. You have your elbows tucked in by your waist. And you just pull up like so. And you're going to do again 10 to 15 of these. And if the band feels not quite tight enough, you simply work your way down the band. If the band feels a little bit too tight, then you loosen it off a little bit until you come closer to the end of the band. And you just come up and down. If you decide you'd like to try with the weights, which is ultimately where we're going to go, you take the ones to begin with and then move up to the twos if you think you can. Your hands are facing forward and you come up and down like that. Okay. So that's our bicep curl. So we don't let the body swing. We connect the core, we connect the glutes, we have our feet underneath our hips, roll our shoulders back and down, and our body works nice and evenly. And you work at a nice steady pace. You come all the way down and all the way up, all the way down and all the way up. And then as time goes on, we'll vary the timings of those. Okay, triceps. So we've done the front of the arm, now we need to do the back of the arm. So you take your band, so imagine this is the long band that you've got, you hold it so your elbow is tucked into your head as close as it can. Behind you, you hold on to your band and get hold of it like so. So it can be quite high up, it can be quite low down, depends on the strength of your band and the strength of your arms. And all you're doing is holding the band but in your fist and pushing up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 5. And then we simply swap sides. So now we just take the band in this hand, take it up over this way, hold on to the band at the back, the right length that we need it for, tuck our elbow right in and pull up. That's it. Now what can happen is the back can arch a little bit. So if you feel your back arching, just take a little step backwards and lean on the front foot. 4. So that your back at the lower half of your back stays nice and straight. Good. So again, we work towards using your weight. So you would take one of your slightly bigger weights actually, or the two little ones, but the bigger one is easier to hold. You hold it end to end like a dog bone. We push it up, we drop it back. Now the elbows want to do that, we pull them in. We take that little step back. So the weight comes all the way back here and punches up to the sky. All the way back here and punches up to the sky. So all the way back to the base of your neck, all the way up to the sky. And again, you do as many of those as you feel able. 10 to 15, 20 is more than enough. Make sure the elbows don't flare out, so you're really working into the tricep muscle on the back. And then we're going to move to your shoulders. So this time we are going to use the band again. So you're going to hold the band in a slightly wider position. It's going to come forward, so it's that shoulder height for me. So you're standing. You can do this seated as well actually. If you want to get a stretch in the legs, you can sit down in a wide V if you choose. And then you hold it here and you simply pull the band back towards your chest. And we do 3 or 4 of those to really make the shoulders start to work. and then we take the band up. We come up here to begin with, it comes in front of your face, and we do 3 or 4 here. So you can see my arms are straight. Now we know that your arms are slightly not quite the same height as each other when we do this, but that's okay. We can continue to work and try and improve the strength on both sides. And then this time we take the band back. So each time you can come down, have a stretch, have a rest whenever you need to. You come up, it's going to come back. So this is postural, so this is quite hard to do. So you're pulling back here, and that's quite a strong pull, so be very careful. We don't need to do many, and you don't have to come all the way down if that doesn't feel right for you. So both hands are the same, they come all the way back, all the way down, all the way up. And on this last one, again, doing this seated with your legs in a wide V is a really nice way to help stretch out your legs as well and pull into your pelvic floor muscles. So you sit here or stand here and just draw your shoulders back together, push your chest forward and allow your pecs to really stretch. Good, well done. Okay, we're going to come down to the floor. So you're going to need your roller. Bring that down to the floor, and we will need our weights as well. In fact, we're going to need everything, so bring it all down to the floor. Okay, here we go. Bring you down here. There we go. Okay, so the next exercise is press-ups. So you know how to do press-up, I've shown you. I'll show you again. So we're going to start in that box press. So you have your feet, your knees, sorry, underneath your hips, and your knees underneath your shoulders. That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? And your hands are in line with your shoulders. And then your hands come wider. So we do a wide press up because we're working the whole of the pec. If we do a narrow press up, it's not wrong, it's just a lot harder, and it works the tricep again. Which is your choice, but that's what I would say. Keep your knees underneath. So you're in that box press position for me. 4-point kneeling, I think it's called in Pilates. And then your nose is going to come ahead of your hand. So place your weight just in front of you. And then you're coming down, touch it, and come back up. Okay? So if I come back a little bit more, do you get a better view? Yes, I think you do. So you're coming forward, down, and push up. Forward, down, and push up. And we're going to do 5 of those to begin with, build up to 10, build up to 15 if you can, okay? And then gradually we take ourselves forward so that we're in a longer position and more of our body comes down. All right, that's your press up for me. Okay, plank. Again, you're good at plank because you've done yoga, so we know that you can do it. You're going to come down onto your elbows so that we can really protect your wrists. Down onto your elbows, and then you just come back out and you come into your plank. So it's a nice straight line. Push your shoulder blades up, so you push your back up. That's it. And you hold yourself here, and you're going to time yourself again. Start with 30 seconds, work up to a minute. If you want to move feet, you can move your feet in and out like so, and that helps just make it a little bit harder. Okay, so that's our plank. And again, if you feel that you can do that but you want to break it up, you can do it in 2 halves, or you can start with 30 seconds, work up to 45 and just see how you get on. Okay, so our next one is using the roller and using the weights on the roller. So what we're going to do is I'm going to lie down on this magnificent creature. Okay, let's see if this works. Hopefully it will. I'll take you this way, because I don't think you want the top of my head or my feet, actually. So we come on to the roller, nice and carefully. We have our weights to one side, and we just lie ourselves down on the roller. So keep your feet bent up, lie yourself down on the roller. Make sure you're evenly on the roller. That's it, so you've got a picture of my body and not my head. Okay, some would say that's okay. And take your hands out wide, so your hands are outstretched like so. And you're just out nice and wide. And you just hold that pose for a few minutes and just take that stretch. Okay. Once you've done that for a few seconds and you're happy with that, you're going to take up one weight or 2 cans, 2 weights, you take them up high like so. So this would be the little pink weights if you're using the weights, or 2 cans of beans or whatever you've got in the cupboard. And you just take them out nice and slowly, nice and wide, so they stay above your chest and they go out wide in line with your chest, but no lower than the height of the roller. That's it. And then what I want to do is take it over my head. So you come over my head and come in, over my head and come in. So you're using your feet to keep you nice and stable, and you're just doing about 10 of each of these exercises. So again, you could use 2 weights, or you could put one down and use 1 weight and hold it end to end, and then come in and down like so. Okay. And you do as many of those as you can, pinning your back to the roller. So you pull your belly muscle in and you pin your back down. And then once you've used those, you put them to one side, hands are down, flat on the floor. And then we've done this before together. We take one foot up into that tabletop, we bring the other foot up into that tabletop, we hold ourselves here till we get the wobble out, and then you just drop one leg forward and then the other leg forward. And you just keep repeating until you've had enough. So I would do 10 on each side. Bring one foot down nice and gently and the other one down nice and gently. And then you can have a quick rest on the roller if you need to. And then you just push it out from under you and come up to sitting. Brilliant. Okay, so we've done a little bit of stretch work, we've done a little bit of roller work. Now we're going to have a final stretch. What I want you to do is take your band again. Get rid of the weights, we don't need those. You're going to take the band, take it around 1 foot, like so. I can actually lie down so you can see me, that's it. And then my leg is up here, and then I'm doing little circles. So you see that? Little circles happening. My head is down, my arm is pinned to the floor by my elbow, little circles 2 or 3 each way, and then you can make the circles as big as you want to. So we need to make your hip strength strong. We need to really increase that strength, so we make that strong for you. That's it, and then you draw the leg across like so. So you get the stretch happening down the outside of the leg, and then we draw it out wide so it comes out here, so you get that stretch in the inside thigh. You hold it here, then you come back into the middle, and you might need to use both hands. You take the band wide and you just step your foot in and swap over, and then do little circles one way, pin the elbow down, little circles the other way. Keep the leg nice and straight so you get the hamstring stretch happening. Take the leg across your body, out away from your body so it comes out here. This hand holds onto this hip joint to hold it in place to stop it lifting, and then you come back up. Take a bend in the knee, relax the band, loop behind the hand, loop your hands behind your leg, and take a breath in, and you come up to sitting in one easy move. Well done. Okay, so the next stretch I want to do is called pigeon. So we're going to take one leg bent in front of us, like so. The other leg is going to come up behind us, so the leg is straight, the toes are flat, and you just gently take yourself down. So if I come back here a little bit, yeah, there we go, you can see of what's happening. You just stretch out here. And up after a few breaths, so you can hold that for as long as you want to. You should feel it in the glute that's bent up. You just hold that for as long as you need to. 30 seconds is more than enough, and then you just draw the back leg back in and take the front leg away behind you and start again. And then you just drop down. If you can't quite get your forehead to the floor, don't worry, it will come, and you just stretch into it like so. and then very gently just sitting down onto this hip. And then all I want you to do is trying to get up without our hands. So we're working on doing it from cross-legged. I can't do it yet. We work up like so, we come to kneeling, and then we can put one foot on and come up. And what you're going to do actually is just come to here for me. So you're here, you're going to drop your head, drop your body down, and just roll down your legs. So you're trying to get as low as you can so your knees can be soft. Your legs have got a little bit of tension going on in the hamstrings. You can straighten them to get more tension if you want to, but this is more about getting some flexibility in the spine. And then very slowly we tuck our chin in and we roll up to standing. So we come up to standing, like so. And then what you're going to do is find a convenient doorway. So I've got the bathroom door. How easy it's going to be for you to see this. And what you're going to do, hold on, I'm going to put the light on. There we go. Ta-da! So you want a doorway actually the other way around. You don't want the door on you. So we're going to go this way around. And then you can't see the door frame. That's blooming annoying. Okay, sorry about this, Annie. You take two hands, one either side of the door frame, and you drop in that press up position. Okay, so you're coming into that press up position upright to get that upper body stretch going across your chest. And that, my lovely, is you done. I hope that's all right. I'm going to YouTube it over to you, but I'm also going to put it on the USB stick and see how we get on, and you can let me know how it all works out. Speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.